I'm down on the rocks on the south coast of Cornwall. The water clarity is incredible. We've got lots of devil's hair in the water, which is also called sea spaghetti. It's that stringy seaweed that reaches up to the surface. And we're going to have a look at those lures and their actions in the water so we can really see them as a bass would. Guys, I'm going to talk you through 4 bass lures that will cover you in basically every situation. Let's start up with the Fisherman O. This is a French-made lure. It's probably the best-selling lure in the UK, and the reason for that is that it's basically effortless fishing. It's weedless, so you can fish it over rough ground. You can even pull it through like sea spaghetti, all kinds of different types of weed, and bass basically flip and smash them, along with loads of other predators. The head of the lure, the weight, is conveniently built in. You've got a jig head that basically you don't have to think about getting the right weight for the hook. You don't have to think about any of that. You just tie it onto the end, cast it out, and it works. So that would be my go-to. If we've got a Komomo here, this is this little float, look. It's a shallow diving plug. When you're fishing shallow rough ground, these things are flipping deadly. This is probably up there with the sort of top most popular shallow diving bass plugs in the UK.
Plugs sold as shallow divers, medium divers, and deep divers. It's very handy to have a deep diver when fishing deeper rock marks, or a medium diver if you're fishing in heavy surf.
This is the Pachinko. This is a floating lure, and basically you twitch one of these along the surface in the summer. I've not really had much luck in the winter, and bass will smash you off the surface. You get a big splash, and they're especially good when you see that the bass are chasing up sand eel and mackerel and things, and there's stuff happening on the surface of the water, splashing and stuff. Get one of these out there, flipping fantastic. Oh look, this is what I'd recommend instead of your Dexter wedge, spinner, metal casting jigs. Metals, you do catch bass on them, but they tend to be smaller. That's my experience, and I think a lot of other people have had the same experience. A pencil has a long, elongated body that's more similar to the way bait fish actually look in the UK. So I'd grab one of these instead. And this is what you want on windy days when you're struggling to cast the rest of them. You can punch one of these out, and when you want to cover a large body of water, but you don't want to be reaching for a Dexter wedge because you know you're only going to get like the smallest of the schoolies. So there you go. That's 4 bass lures. Now let's go have a look at what they actually look like. Oh, I forgot one. This is your low-cost staple. When you've got sick of buying all those expensive ones and you've gotten a couple of snags and you're feeling a bit sorry for yourself, that's when you whack on one of these. Wrasse also smash them, so you get this down on the bottom. You can fish it very slowly, you don't have to move it quickly, or you can fish it a faster retrieval, you can twitch it. Doesn't look very realistic. You might think, well, that doesn't look like anything I've ever seen in the water, but the actual profile of the lure and the silhouette of it is actually hyper realistic, and the way that it moves is actually really natural. So Senkos, they were developed for the US bass scene, but they're also highly effective for UK bass fishing and result in a lot of welcome wrasse catches too. So yeah, those would be the soft plastics that I recommend if you're looking to get a few for bass fishing. Oh look, it's a seal. I got even scared of